Hello, my name is Melissa Salgado.
And my name is Melanie Suarez.
And we are Double M News.
Today's breaking news is climate change.
What is climate change, you say? Climate change is the rise in average surface temperatures on Earth, mostly due to the burning of fossil fuels.
Climate change can also be called global warming, which refers to the rise in average surface temperatures on Earth. A scientific consensus shows that climate change is due to the human use of fossil fuels, which releases carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
The gases trap heat in the atmosphere, which affects the ecosystem in rising sea levels and severe weather.
It's real, proven by the EPA, NASA, and the NOAA. Climate change is indeed occurring and is almost certainly due to human activity.
The primary cause of climate change is the burning of fossil fuels, such as oil and coal, which emits greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, for example, carbon dioxide. Also contributing to climate change is agriculture and deforestation.
We have taken the time to interview some professionals about the topic of climate change.
Here are some of the clips. Hello, today I'll be interviewing Ms. Tara. Good morning.
Good morning.
Today we're going to be talking about climate change. What is climate change?
Perfect example. Just watch the news. Watch the weather forecast. Perfect example. Thing is, Wyoming had a winter storm with hail, snowing, and then in Texas, the rain. There's flooding all over. It was like a state of emergency where people were being relocated. And then in other areas, it's extremely hot, like Miami, the state of Florida. I think it hit like 100 degrees just this week. And so in different parts of the world, the climate is severely affected. At one time there was a drought. There was not enough water. There was no water in Texas. There was no water in parts of California because there was no rain. Then you have some states where there's flooding and snowing. And then even here in Florida, we had a drought because it rains, and then when the sun comes out, everything is dried up immediately because of it. So I do believe that the climate is severely being affected each year.
So you believe that the climate is changing?
Almost definitely. Every year, I think it gets hotter, and the Earth is, or the sun is orbiting closer to the Earth is orbiting closer to the sun, and it is affecting our climate.
Okay. Do you know any causes of climate change?
Again, I think it's the heat, the sun, because of the Earth rotating or orbiting closer to the sun, and as a result, I think it affects the climate itself, totally.
Now we're recording Ms. Sanchez. What is climate change?
Okay, climate change is a phenomenon that has been going on Earth for several years already, for many years actually, but we just became aware of it only recently. It is basically an increase in the temperature of the atmosphere that is definitely consequently affecting the biosphere, therefore life and us, of course life, yes, in all types of life, or whatever you call it. I don't know. Okay. Yes.
Do you believe the climate is changing?
It is. Yes, there is enough evidence of it. I mean, yes, some people may become more dramatic about it. Some people just don't want to face it, because obviously that involves us, becoming aware of it means that we have to take action. And obviously we have a very comfortable life now to take action. But it is it's a fact. It's a fact.
Do you know any of the causes of climate change?
Any other causes?
What is causing climate change?
Well, the level of the sea is rising because the glaciers are melting, for instance. The atmospheric phenomena also are changing. The temperature of the sea is changing too, therefore, it's affecting reefs and the life in the seas, and well, one thing affects the other, and the other, and the other. It's a big change. Yes, it's affecting, of course.
So as you can see from our asking of many professionals, there is a dramatic change in the climate as of these days. Our sea levels are rising, causing dramatic changes to our oceans, such as temperature changes, which kill off a lot of our coral reefs. We also have the glaciers melting up north, which is causing a lot of loss for the habitats for many of our animals that are already becoming so endangered. And with the climate change, many of our animals are lost today.